The distribution of the Central Housing and Planning Authority's steel and cement housing subsidy vouchers was held on Tuesday at the Ministry of Housing and Water on Brickdam, Georgetown. As part of its commitment to making home ownership affordable, the government invested some $700 million in the steel and cement housing subsidy program. The subsidies voucher basically allows for the cost of the material to be sold at an agreed price for the recipients. Addressing the 30 recipients, Minister of Housing and Water Colin Crowell said the program will greatly benefit new homeowners who need construction materials to start building on their house lots.
Verification has been done already for over 500 plus persons. Then these are going through the approval process. To kickstart this program in the implementation phase, that's why we've just sampled only 30 here this morning. But over the next 2 weeks, it will be ramped up in the sense that we'll have close to 500 vouchers being issued.
This is a program designed to ensure that people with house lots acquire houses. Prior to the distribution of the vouchers, officers visited the site of the persons to ensure that the lands are ready for construction. A total of 397 house lots out of 630 have been recommended for the subsidies, and 134 were approved by the Central Housing and Planning Authority, CHMPA. Minister Crowell was supported by Minister within the Ministry of Housing and Water, Susan Rodriguez, who also explained that while house lots are being distributed, there is a gap to get homes built.
People are able to acquire their subsidized house lot, but many are still left without a home. And so we took on the bigger task of being primarily focused on home ownership, helping people to acquire their own homes, moving people from being renters to homeowners, and achieving the bigger objective of creating wealth and increasing people's net worth.
The recipients have expressed gratitude for the assistance, which takes them a step closer to home ownership.
I feel ecstatic. Reason being that it was a good initiative on the part of His Excellency Dr. Irfan Ali. And as the Minister of Housing alluded, that home ownership is a key aspect for each individual in Guyana. So I was overjoyed when I heard that I filled the requirements, and it was such a thrill for me.
What's the next step now?
The next step, as the Minister mentioned, is to build. So this is actually a push for this housing subsidy. So yeah, it's to build.
I'm pretty excited that I've received this 2 slings of cement. Over the years, cement and steel has always been pricey, and in terms of construction, it's always a burden there. So with this subsidy, I think it could help homeowners now tremendously. Well, I'm currently in the process of building, and after the verification process, they told me that I was actually entitled to. And with this now, I'll now be able to complete whatever task I have at hand, and this is very important for me right now in the closing part of it.
Last year, President Dr. Irfan Ali announced that persons constructing homes at a value of $6 million or less will become eligible to receive steel and 1 sling of cement for the construction of the foundation. Meanwhile, those building homes between $6 million to $25 million will be given 2 slings of cement. To apply for the subsidy, persons are required to provide copies of relevant documents such as a TIN certificate, proof of identification, marriage certificates if applicable, and approved house plan from the various municipalities. Other documents that are to be presented to be qualified are estimates for the home construction as well as proof of land acquired. Lazeena Yearwood reporting for the newsroom.